안녕하세요. 전 이담비예요. 저는 우드리지 고등학교 9학년이에요. 저는 얼바인 캘리포니아에 살아요. I'm Korean American. Nearly all my relatives live in Korea, but I was born in America, and I'm living here with my mom and dad. I want to tell you a story about a vacation I went on a while back. It was during summer break after I completed 5th grade. My mom, my dad, and I flew to Korea on a plane for 13 hours, and this wasn't just any trip. We would be staying in Korea with relatives for 3 weeks. This meant eating mostly Korean food for 3 whole weeks. Yay! Anyway, when the flight was over and we went to meet my grandmother, the only thing I remember from that night is eating really good food at a restaurant. After that, jet lag hit and I was asleep. Then we woke up at a very unnatural time in the morning and ate again. Then, after a few days of my grandmother feeding us non-stop, we drove over to another relative's house and ate there too. Then we drive to another place where happy relatives are waiting and eat more food. I'd say nearly 80% of our vacation was just eating, and it was the greatest. So most of the memories I have from that trip are about the food. I guess I like Korean food because I've had it since I was a baby. I particularly love the spice, even though I have friends that don't like spicy food. Speaking of my friends, I've seen a lot of my friends and classmates in recent years obsessing over certain aspects of Korean culture, such as Korean dramas and K-pop. To me, the most important aspect of Korean culture in my life is Korean food. I feel like Korean food has a special place in my heart. It makes me feel connected to my relatives in Korea. It's like comfort food. Occasionally, my grandmother sends over some dried food, and it's the best because with every meal that my parents make with it, I know parts of the meal came from my grandmother, and that just makes me smile. Also, I like to cook Korean food with my dad, and I like the feeling of adding something to the table. In the end, I feel like Korean food is what connects my whole family, no matter where we are. Thank you for listening.